Okay, now it's time for everybody's favorite test statistic, Anova. Before we get into that, if you're wondering what sort of disgustingly glamorous font this is, it is Ravi. I recommend it. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So what we want to do, we before we go to SPSS, I'll just quickly show you my hypothesis, which states, does native language influence attitudes towards a brand that uses sexual appeals? And in my survey, I gathered the means of four different native languages. So basically, for my survey, I gathered people that whose native languages were English, French, Dutch, and German. And because there's too many groups to use a t-test for this, what we use is an ANOVA. So to get to our ANOVA, which essentially compares the means between all of these groups, we again go to Analyze, then to Compare Means, and then to a one-way ANOVA. So we'll just reset this. So essentially, again, we're looking at brand attitudes, so we use our brand attitude scale. And now our factor is essentially the same thing as the t-test. It's just the variable that has the groupings. So for this, we put in language, and there's no need to define our groups, which is nice. For this, I'm going to use a post hoc test. So this is essentially an additional test that will run, which analyzes the differences of the means between each of the languages. So in an ANOVA, what you look at is just overall between the groups, is there a difference? And what I want to do is actually specifically see if there's any differences, particularly between, French and Dutch or English and German. So to do this, I go to post hoc, and then I click Bonferroni, then I click OK, then I click OK. And so again, what you'll see here, we have a lot of results. Um, we ignore this for now. This is our post hoc test. This is, the tests that compare each of the different groups. And right now we just focus on the between group score. So we look at the significance, and we see that there's nothing, which is, well, it still results in itself. So, even if you don't have significant results, there are still results. Okay, so what we do, we go back into our results and we write this. So we say, to answer RQ research question 1 regarding language and brand attitude, an ANOVA was run. Results from the ANOVA indicated that there are no significant differences between the groups. And here we can plug in our statistics. So we're looking at our F test. So we write F, and then we write in bracket the degrees of freedom 3, and then the within group 240 equals, and then we pull our F value 1.53, so 1.5, and then we look at our p-value, which is 927. That's sad. 0.927. And of course, we want to italicize these. We also take a look at the post hoc test, because lots of times, well, not lots of times, but sometimes you'll see that there isn't really a significant, there's not really a significant, there's no significant results for the ANOVA, just the standard test, but sometimes between, two of the groups, there is a difference. So this is why I'm kind of, I don't know, if you are looking at more than uh, more than two groups, and you run an ANOVA, make sure to include the Bonferroni test, because perhaps there are significant differences between two of the groups, but just not all three. So we take a look through here, but we see that everything is not significant at all. There's a p-value of 1.0. How depressing. However, that means that that there's no difference in how language perceives a brand that uses sexual appeals. So we say, okay, to answer, results from that there's no differences between the groups in regards to the evaluation of a brand that uses sexual appeals. Done and done. That was quick. Okay, so I will end this.